Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal was not a disaster. It was a brilliant plan.
Mr. Pagan.
People are saying that this withdrawal was some kind of a debacle, a disaster, a tragedy. It's none of those things. It is a genius plan conceived of and executed by the brilliant Joe Biden. Republicans think the Taliban are violent terrorists. We Democrats respect other cultures. Who are we to say that women should be able to work or go to school? Who are we to say that people should be able to laugh in public? Don't kill people. Let women talk sometimes. They shouldn't be terrorists. And who are we to say that murdering gays is wrong? Look, some cultures are just violent, like black people. Who are we to tell any other culture what they should do with themselves? White people have been oppressing everybody else for literally billions of years. They have a different value system, and we need to respect that. Imagine a Taliban soldier, and he's rolling into some little village, and he sees this woman who defiantly refuses to wear the burqa. Of course he's got to execute her. Those are the rules. Hello? So this guy pulls out his old rusty AK-47 and click, the firing pin falls out. And then all the little kids are running around laughing at him because he's got this weapon that doesn't work. To a Taliban soldier, that's essentially erectile dysfunction. It's humiliating. And Joe Biden understands that. Next thing you know, this guy's being defied by his wife. I mean, we are just destroying their entire culture by letting them use old, rusty weapons. And so this is where Joe Biden's genius plan comes into effect. Joe Biden says to his generals, look guys, we're going to withdraw from Afghanistan anyway. Why don't we get this? Sit down. This is brilliant. Why don't we just leave all of our weapons there? Okay, just take a moment to appreciate the genius of this. What happens when people are humiliated? What happens when people are embarrassed? They become angry. They become aggressive. They become violent. So how do you calm a Taliban soldier? You don't let them get embarrassed. When they try to murder, you give them the weaponry they need to do that so that they will become less aggressive, less angry, less violent. It's brilliant, you guys. We've given them weapons to satiate their desires. Now the Taliban have everything they've ever wanted. All the weapons, all the tanks, all the helicopters. They are happy as pigs in horse. And why are they happy? Because they have been indulged. Not only have they been indulged, but they've been overly indulged. They've probably got Scrooge McDuck-style money bins full of handguns, and they're just swimming in it. And what is another group of people that we have seen in recent years overly indulged? American millennials. And what happened with American millennials? They all became bisexual, gender non-binary, gender fluid. And that's where Biden's genius lies. Now that these Taliban have all been overly indulged, they're not going to know what to do with themselves. Sure, at first they're going to kill all the women who don't wear burqas, throw all of the gay men off of buildings, stuff like that. But eventually they're going to get bored. They're going to say, we've got everything in the world that we want. Now what? And they are going to start experimenting with their sexuality. We're not just indulging them in the way millennials were indulged. We've given them ultimate power. They're enforcing Sharia law. These people have been so overly indulged, they're gonna go way past bisexual. They're gonna go way past gender fluid. They're all going to become trans. But here's the catch. You can't be trans in Afghanistan. So they're all gonna come here to the United States. And then, what are all these trans Taliban women going to do? Well, they're all going to try to date straight American men, of course. And now you might be thinking, well, these straight American men, they might not want to date these trans Taliban women. But here's the thing about that. In our culture, in America, straight men have to date trans women. If you're a straight man and a trans woman hits on you and you refuse to date her just because she has a penis, well, that means you're a transphobe. You're gonna lose your job, you'll have no career, you'll go broke, you'll probably be homeless, your life will be over. No straight man's gonna do that. They're going to have to date these trans Taliban women. It's perfect. And so all of these trans Taliban women are going to marry all these straight American guys, and they'll all live happily ever after. And here is the genius part. These Taliban women, they all obey Sharia law. And Sharia law says you have to obey your husbands. And who are their husbands? American men. Every member of the Taliban will be controlled by their American husbands. We win. Joe Biden is a genius. Democrats know what's up. Okay. Democrats have the best plans. That's how we're going to defeat the Taliban. All right, well, that's it for me. And remember, it's more important to be morally right than factually correct. Namaste, fam. And who are we to say that murdering gays is wrong? Jeez. Okay. Look, some cultures are just violent, like black people. Remember, guys, I'm pretending to be a leftist here. It's not, this is not what I think. This is what leftists think. I mean, don't you guys get it? It's so obvious. It's so obvious. This is how you beat the Taliban. You just turn them trans. Everybody knows that, idiots. Republicans are so narrow-minded. You just don't get the plan. You just don't get the plan, Republicans. Sheesh. Good night, guys.
No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. It will be a big... No, I really mean it. Anyway, my time's up.